Hello guys and welcome to my channel Unity with Fred. Today we're going to learn how to make a vertical scroll view. As you can see, I have different items here, and when I click on one of these items I can see the event of button clicked. So let's get to it and see how we can make this scroll view. First, I have an empty scene. I right click on my game scene and create a scroll view items. Okay, what I do next is going to reset the position and all the other elements to 0 and add a canvas to it. This canvas is going to be world space, and also the positions are going to be 0, but the widths, okay, I set these to 0, and the widths should be 1800 to 900. Okay, and after that I'm going to add an image, UI image. I'm going to change the name of this image to background. This is going to be my background, as it is going to be completely covering my canvas. I choose stretch and choose 0 for all the other variables that I have, and also I change the color to black so I can see my other objects in that. Next, I'm going to add a scroll view. Okay, I have my scroll view here of different items. You can see I change the height of it to maximum points that I have, and I change the width to around, let's say 782 is fine. Maybe I round it up to 800. Okay, next thing are my scroll bars. As you can see, I cannot deactivate them, so I have to remove them from my scroll view. I change them to none here, and also for this one as well. Now I can easily deactivate these game objects that I have here. Okay, now I need to make some minor changes to my viewport here, changing the right to 0 and also my content. Then I'm going to add a content here, which is going to be my btn item. I change it to prefab form, and I'm going to make some changes. This is my content. This is the item that is going to be shown in my scroll view. So I add some images, 3 images I have here, and together with 2 text. One of them is going to be the level text of this button, and the other one is going to be the name of this button. I make the changes. You can make them to your likings and change them the way that you want, but I would have the name at the bottom and the level at the top and image in the middle. You can see I have a lock and I have a pass image, and this is going to be the item that I have. Next, I'm going to add a parent to my content, btn parent, btn item parent. This is going to be the parents of the items that are going to be inside my scroll view. I need to add a grid layout group to it. Okay, I change the size to the size of the button that I created earlier, to the prefab that I created earlier, and some spacings, and the child alignment should be in middle center. Okay, so this is the btn item parent, the one that my items, or better to say my buttons, are going to be inside it. The next thing that I have to do here is to create a C# script, naming it content. This is when I'm going to make a scriptable object. Okay, I create contents C# script here, I open it up, and what you have to do is just add this code here that we have, create asset menu. Now I have my a scriptable object, but it is not added here. As I'm checking, I don't have any contents to create. So there should be something wrong. I guess I have to get back to my code to check what mistake I made. Oh yes, here. This is mono behavior. You have to change it to scriptable object. Now let's get back and check it. Now that I check, I have my custom objects contents. I'm going to change this to main contents. This is my scriptable object. It's really useful if you have different items in your game. Next, I'm going to add a script to my item btn. I change the name to item btn. Open it up. In this script, I will add the items that I added to the button earlier. So I have my level text, item name, item image, block image, and pass image. And also I would have to change. I have to add Unity Engine.ui for the texts that I have here. Let's get back to editor. Seems that everything is set up. Okay, I have to change it to capital U. Everything is fine here. Next thing, I need to add another scriptable object, which is going to be my items. I change the name to items. I open it up. Again, I have to change it to a scriptable object. I add this code, create asset menu, and then change mono behavior to a scriptable object. S should be capital also. This is my item, this is the button. So I add 3 different variables to it. String, that is going to be my item name, and image or item sprite, and whether it is locked or unlocked, a public boolean one. Okay, now I can add custom objects, items. Here I'm going to add 5 items. It is up to you. You can use different numbers. The number is up to you. You can also use Control D here to add more items. Now that I check the items that I have here, okay, I have 5 different items. I'm going to change the names of these items to the ones that I want. Blue circle, red circle, and also probably adding the image of these buttons as well. Okay, I add these items. Now let's get back to contents. This is my scriptable object class. I add items to it. Now I can see items as an array. So I add 5 different items to the contents that I have here. Now my items are set up. Here I'm going to lock item btn so I can add the variables in editor, level text, okay, item image, text, and also different things here that I have to add to have it in my editor. Let's get back to scroll view items. I need to add my class here, so I create a class C# script. The class name should be Scrollview items. Okay. Now I'm going to add this class to my game object, my Scrollview items. Okay. Next thing, in my Scrollview items, this is the code that I have here. I'm going to add the btn item parent, the prefab of my item that is going to be added. Here the item count is the contents, and you can see the code here. I'm going to instantiate the button. The parent is going to be set up, and I create an instance of B, which is going to be my button. The level number of B is going to be sent to the other class, and okay, everything is set up here. I'm going to add the contents to my scroll view items, and the item prefab that I created earlier, and also the parent. This is all for my scroll view items. Let's take a look at the item btn class. So there is different variables that you can see here. I have my button click event, and I'm going to change the text the sprite and the item text here. If the content is locked, I'm going to deactivate, for example, my pass image. If it is unlocked, the pass image would be shown, and also an event for button click, the debug log button click, so that I understand when I click it. Well, let's take a look at this item btn. So these are the backgrounds that I add, two different backgrounds for when it is locked or unlocked. One of them is black, the other one is yellow. And okay, everything is set up for my item btn. Let's get back to my scroll view items class. If you look at the scroll view here, everything seems to be set up. My content is fine, and let's run and test the game. There is just some minor, okay, so everything is fine. Just I didn't add the unclick event here. I have to add it from my button and from my item btn clicked. These are the different items that I created, and I added the name and the image. I would change some of these booleans to locked so that I can see the difference in the editor. Okay, let's run and see what happens here. I have my items in a vertical order, but there is a problem that they are moving in horizontal aspect. So let's get back to my scroll view. I need to change the vertical first unrestricted because it was bouncing back, and also the horizontal tick should be taken out. Let's check again. Okay, now it moves smoothly, but it doesn't move left and right. That is fine. And you can see that the ones that I ticked as locked are locked here. And let's also take a look at the events that I have. Okay, the logs that I have. Let's run test again and see if my btn click is also working. Again, when I click here, oh, there is a problem. I have two logs for each item that I click. There should be something wrong in my code, which is in item btn. You just simply remove this code here, and btn clicked, debug.log, button clicked is enough. Okay, now let's test again. Now it seems that everything is working fine, and when I click on each button, it shows button clicked as well. If this video was helpful for you, I would appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching.